usually by the time you get to the last guy, unless you're like, say, Busta Rhymes, people are tired of listening to it. All right, they get the idea by the time you come up of the song. The way they did, and this was partly on DJ High Tech too, because he actually has the hand clap, people applauding after J. Cole's verse. Okay.
Right.
Then Mos Def comes in, hold your applause to the ceremony as they get right back into it. He starts lacing it. I'm like, oh, this is nasty. And he's in just bunch of hip hop quotables from the real Power No Power Trip, and just his diction, even the alliteration that he uses in the song, so on and so forth, man. All of that, love his verse, man. And the thing about Mos Def, which I love, here's a guy that could be so Hollywood, right? He's done some big movies. We've seen him in The Italian Job, the joint with Bruce Willis. Mos Def does a lot of movies. But if you listen to his product, he keeps it purposely underground. It's something. All of his albums play like indie albums, all of them. So I appreciate that about Mos Def. Okay, big time. But yes, I loved his verse. So that was the other nominee.
Don't forget, he was also in Talladega Nights.
What did he play in Talladega? I missed that.
He was in Talladega Nights.
Really?
Remember when they went back to the French guy's house? It was him. I think it was
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen's house.
Okay.
And he said, "Yo, this is my cousin, actor, producer, and rapper Mos Def." And he was saying,
"Really? I missed that part. That's even funnier than it was originally. Even though I do like Step Brothers a tad bit more than Talladega Nights. Well, I thought Step Brothers was not to digress. I just
well, that's debatable. We'll fight about that another day. All right. Anyway, moving on to our last nominee for the verse of the year, indie, is again my man Royce the 5'9", Walking in the Rain.
Wow, listen. First of all, the song itself is so dope. I mean, this dude basically has got like the opera singer lacing the vocal in the background.
The beat is
crazy. I mean, it's crazy. Lyrically, crazy. I mean, I was pointing out to the fact that he gets in there, makes a reference to the Mel Gibson rant against his ex-wife Oksana, saying that because of what she's wearing, she's going to get raped by a pack of you-know-who's. So he actually puts that into his rhyme. You can hear it. It's just crazy, And just the aggressive how he raps hungry.
Yeah, that's a very good way to describe Royce the 5'9".
I mean, this is like Royce the 5'9". Just when he had the potential to get signed by Dr. Dre, that Royce the 5'9". I mean, that's what I heard of Walking in the Rain. Okay. Off the hook, man. So definitely, I definitely go. I mean, I still rock that. In fact, the Cipher Crew mixtape that we put out late last year, at Walking in the Rain was definitely on that.
Okay,
check it out.
Those are our nominees. Jay Electronica, just going over real quick. Jay Electronica, Royce the 5'9", using her twice, and my man Mos Def. Now let's see who the winner is, shall we?
Okay, all right. There it is. I love that sound. Yes.
I'm a little nervous. I feel like I'm nominated and stuff like that.
Who knows?
Me.
How did that happen?
Yeah. And the winner is Jay Electronica Exhibit C.
Oh man, listen. Call me Jay Electronica. Bunk that. Call me Jay Electronica. He starts reading all the words for God. I mean, that reads like an entire hip hop quotable. That's why I kind of stopped short when I was going on about Exhibit C. Exhibit C is just it's just ridiculous, and this is what makes it so good. Let me tell you why this is why Jay Electronica is such an incredible artist to me.
Tell me.
Is that he raps effortlessly. It's not like, okay, we talked about how Royce the 5'9" raps aggressively, how hungry he rhymes. It's not that Jay Electronica doesn't, but it's like he doesn't have to, because he's letting his words do the work for him, if that makes any sense. And then sometimes he keeps it so simple to it's complex. Okay. That's what makes him ill to me. Exhibit C, man, he laces the Just Blaze beat, and really Exhibit A is about as dope. You can, depending on what week you catch me on, I might say Exhibit A is doper. But at the end of the day, he's just absolutely kills it. I'm going to tell you why he kills it, because I've heard a lot of people rhyme on that beat, and the beat is hot, but not everybody can really put their thing into it like Jay did. You know what I mean? It reads just like a lot of hip hop quotables, the whole nine, just like his whole career. Jay Electronica gets the Cipher, man, but Jay, would you please come up with an official album already? I know you just got signed to Jay-Z. Or, yeah, he signed to Jay-Z. I don't know how long it's going to be because I know he's down there in Miami doing Ham. Or not Ham, but the collaboration. They did the song Ham, him and Kanye West.
Okay.
But they have an album that's going to be coming out too. I don't know what the title of the album is going to be, but I wish they heard him come out with it so he can get to Jay. But
Jay Electronica, Cipher. And Jay Electronica could not be here tonight, so we're going to accept this award on his behalf.
Yep, and I'll take a sip of the...
Cheers, Jay Electronica.
Of the coffee here for Jay, man.
Well, let's move on.
Moving right along.
Our next Cipher, or our next Cipher award, goes to our favorite major producer of 2010.
Okay, yes, that's what we're going to talk about. Our favorite major producer of 2009.
2009, 2010.
Oh, 2010.
I was going to say...
You said 2009. You got me messed up.
What did I say 2009?
You said 2009.
What did I say 2009?
You said 2008. No. Shout out to Fergie.
All right, what's up, Fergie? Our major producers, the nominees are...
Nominate them guys.
Okay. First nominee is my man, Kanye West.
Hey, man. I mean, was Kanye West was 2010 a year for Kanye West?
I do believe so.
God,
Well, you know what? I was going to say between him and Rick Ross a little bit.
This is what it is. When is the last time you've seen a hip hop artist with that on a major record label have that type of artistic freedom? When's the last time you've seen that?
Wow, on a major release,
where you were able to actually do what you wanted to. You know what it might like? That was like. And I talked to my cousin about this. That album was like his version of he basically did Prince. Remember
you took the words right out of my mouth. Go ahead and
elaborate this.
Because what the thing that reminded me of my dark twisted fantasy is like a Prince album, like either 1999 or Purple Rain. Okay, just emotionally, just takes you on a trip, man.
It does.
Just takes you on a trip, and melodic and everything else like that, and and with him lyrically, and it's just becoming of age and just being who he. I think we've seen Kanye peak with this latest album.
It's an eclectic hip hop album.
Yes,
you don't get
is.
a lot of that. I mean, if you listen to it, you could argue some songs in there maybe even somewhat techno. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Lost in the World.
Yeah.
It plays Runaways. I mean, every song on there is banging, but not necessarily banging all from a typical hip hop perspective, it's banging period.
Okay.
It's a very good album.
Excellent album.
And I mean, talk about production wise, the question is that his best produced album? I don't know.
I believe so.
Over College Dropout.
Well, College Dropout, I think obviously brilliant. I mean, I think all of his albums are great.
Right.
But obviously College Dropout.
I'm one of the few guys that like 808s and Heartbreak, but go ahead.
Oh no, I love 808s and Heartbreaks. We've talked about that before, but that's not his greatest album by far. Okay. I mean, I think this one, my beautiful dark twisted fantasy, I believe is his greatest work. I think we both gave it a 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think it's a classic work.
It's classic work.
And I think that Kanye's year was in 2010. So might say that it might have been Eminem. I think Eminem's year is going to be in 2011, but we shall see. Moving on.
Eminem got a Grammy, dude. You get 2 years in a row?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, our next nominee is The Roots, or more specifically, your man
Questlove and The Roots.
Questlove.
Yeah. Okay, listen. You know me, The Roots.
Yes.
This is my favorite band, basically, period. You know what I mean?
All right.
Versatile group. Versatile hip-hop group.
Yes, sir.
That was their best work they've made. That album was the best album that they've made since... See, I like Game Theory, too, a lot, but Do You Want More came out in 1996, I believe.
What was that one? What was that one album? Oh, my Lord. The one where they had the Erykah Badu song on it.
Things Fall Apart?
Things Fall Apart. That's my favorite Roots album. But anyway, I digress.
Anyway, okay. Excellent produced album. I even love their guest appearances. We talked before about how Black Thought is such an underrated MC. I love the fact that they brought guys on there like Blue. I mean, you got to be a confident MC to bring in a guy like Blue to rap on your joint for you, with you. I mean, that exude. I mean, when you see, we all see the Roots on Jimmy Fallon every night if you stay up late enough to watch the thing.
Which I don't.
But I mean, Black Thought is a great MC, man, and he's so underrated. He's so underrated. But from a production standpoint, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
I thought it played all the way through. I thought you can hear the influences from Jay Dilla all throughout the album. In fact, they basically did a shout to Jay Dilla on a track there. You know, because really Jay Dilla influences a lot of the roots music, or certainly how Questlove goes about arranging some of the tracks. So I'm definitely a roots fan, and I thought they should have been nominated. They're rightfully nominated for Producer of the Year.
Yes. Rest in peace, Jay Dilla.
Jay Dilla, always.
All right. Last but not least.
Last but not least.
The Justice League.
Wow. Listen.
For Teflon Don.
Listen.
Rick Ross the boss.
Listen, man. Let me tell you what it is. Why I love Rick Ross's the Justice League and their production. We ain't even talking about just Teflon Don. You know, I'm talking about just his work with the Justice League. Period, man. He's the one guy that could easily make music specifically for a lot of the kids out there and not go the route that he goes, man. When you listen to a Rick Ross album, if it wasn't for the cursing, and we said this beforehand, you could probably play that for the crib. You know what I'm saying? Because it plays like that. It's funky. It's arranged tightly, almost like you could sing over a lot of those beats in the whole nine.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, except for, you know, MC Hammer and Blowing Money Fast, BMF, I mean, these guys, they play just good music. So that's what I hear. When I heard Teflon Don, you know what I heard? Yeah, it was a hip-hop album, but it was good music.
Yes, great music.
All right.
Yeah, I think we talked about that, too, and it doesn't even make sense. Teflon Don. What if that's a corny title? It sounds like something like too gangster, but that was excellent.
Well, you know, I thought hip-hop has gotten over their fascination with gangsters, but apparently not. But
anyway.
I digress.
Anyway, now the major producer of 2010, the one that gets the Cipher. I want to try this. I've always seen people do this.
Okay.
That actually worked. I've never done that before.
I like that one right there.
The winner is Justice League.
Justice League, major upset. Major upset, but Justice League. Listen,
explain.
We love coming. This is what it is. I'm gonna tell you. First of all, we're on record as saying. Okay, it's like this. Let me back up. I'm going to go back to Prince's album. We talked about, we did a Prince comparison to Kanye West.
Yes, we did.
All right?
I was here. I heard it.
How eclectic it is, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go back to the 90s, or the 80s, really. Prince.
Yes.
His counterpart was Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson's albums played with good music, but it wasn't all over the place. It was just, it was Michael Jackson with good music. Prince would be everywhere with it. I mean, even though he could argue, say, well, when Thriller came out, you could say, well, Beat It was on there, which is really essentially a rock song. That was one. All that stuff was just straight R&B. Whereas you listen to a Prince album, you don't know. You got Darling Nikki on purple. You talking about Darling Nikki?
Yes.
I Will Die for You. Don't even get me talking about 1999. All the critics love you in New York. Oh my God!
So I wrote this.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Listen, it's the same thing. Even though Kanye West plays Prince here, okay, Justice League is the Michael Jackson to that Prince album. All right.
I like that.
The Justice. I'm telling you, man. Justice League, man. Listen. At the end of the day, Rick Ross is a good MC. He's not exceptional, but I think his production takes his music to a whole different level. And I appreciate the fact that he recognizes that good, consistent production will sustain you in hip hop over the long haul. And that's why he's one of the hip hop artists right now on a major record label that I think has sustainability, if you will.
Okay. All right, Justice League. Our major winners. Justice League. Producers. Anyway, the Justice League cannot be here today, so we're going to accept the Cipher on behalf of Justice League. Congratulations.
Okay. Moving right along. Okay, we have one more.
Now, time to get serious again.
Let's get serious.
Indie producers, kid.
Independent producers. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, because this is going to take a minute, so let me get right into it.
Get into it. Go in.
For my backpackers, Madlib, Strong Arm Steady, in search of Stoney Jackson.
Yeah, I mean that, and there's two works he did, right? Also, the collaboration with him and Guilty Simpson, the O.J. Simpson album.
Yep.
Okay, but let's start with one. Okay, we'll do it like this. I'm going to start with Strong Arm Steady, then we'll go into Guilty Simpson too. Why both of those are very good. Okay, Strong Arm Steady. I love Strong Arm Steady. Now that's the crew the West Coast crew that even Talib Kweli works with, because he's done some things with them beforehand, and they're on his record label too, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. At any rate, Madlib, love his production style. We've talked about this at length about Madlib's production style. In fact, I know a couple of guys are probably going to clown me because they say, "Oh my God, Muff, you can't do one show without mentioning Jay Dilla or Madlib." Well, so what?
Oh, well, you'll hear.
So the freak what?
One with MF Doom. See, I said it. I said it. I got him on here. I got him in the word. MF Doom.
Yeah.
I said it.
Yeah. Okay, listen. Madlib. Great production on there. You know what I mean? Because if you listen to Strong Arm Steady's album, it's you can play the album all the way through. Quirky production, but that's Madlib style. You know what I mean? I love his interludes. I thought the Strong Arm Steady album was a very, very good album. Some of the MCs include Krondon, Planet Asia, who's one of my favorite MCs out there. I think Planet Asia is that dude, man. At any rate, I thought that album was absolutely incredible, and it was made incredible because Madlib put his ankle in. Also with the O.J. Simpson album. Now, I've almost, in a way, had a problem with O.J. Simpson's album because of this. Now, Guilty Simpson, who's the MC that rhymes over these Madlib beats on the O.J. Simpson album, Guilty Simpson, I think, is such an underrated, prolific, independent MC. I wish that Madlib would have been a little bit less on the interludes because sometimes you know, remember listening to the album, you could be listening to the O.J. Simpson album, and it'll be like 2 minutes of just straight instrumental. Then here comes, you know, Guilty Simpson again rhyming, which is great. Okay, on one hand, if you understand Madlib, you can live with that. If you don't understand Madlib and his production style, that may annoy you a little bit, depending on where you at. So, and I wish I would have had a little bit more emceeing on that album by Guilty Simpson. But from a production standpoint, it is what it is. I think he was banging it. Just how Madlib is just a banging producer, period, because he comes from a perspective of really being a jazz. He's a jazz musician. He does jazz. If you listen to yesterday's New Quintet, which is basically a jazz group that consists of him, period. That's him. He just calls it Yesterday's New Quintet. He's straight jazz, you know, and it's reflected in a lot of his music. So big ups to Madlib on that. So certainly, who else do we have?
We have my favorite, or one of my favorites, I should say. My man, who I gave a 5-bar rating to this year, or I should say last year. My man, Black Milk, album of the year.
Album of the year. Listen, great. Now we talked about this before. Okay, I think Black Milk, excuse me, is one of the most underrated producers out there. However, the issue that the album of the year by Black Milk that he produced wasn't his best album to me.
Okay.
Tronic, I think, was better than that.
Okay.
You know, but that's debatable, though. Okay? Issue that I had with this, the reason why I say that is because although the album is extremely strong, a lot of the beats play the same because he's doing a lot of live drums.
A lot of it.
About 5 or 6 songs basically have the same type of beat, kind of. So it can wear on you a little bit. Now, I wish you divvied it up a little more because I've heard him do that. But I think he wanted to make a point with this. I don't know. But at any rate, he still did a great job. You know, Deadly Medley. You know, there's a couple other bangers on there. We talked about it beforehand. So definitely big ups to Royce the 5, or Royce the 5. Well, yeah, Royce the 5'9" who was on it.
Well, we're talking
Black Milk.
We're talking about Black Milk.
Yes.
He's got tiger's blood and Adonis DNA. He is winning.
Winning.
Well, he's winning. Winning.
Shout out to Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. I am Charlie Sheen. Winning. Anyway, Black Milk album of the year. I definitely dug it. Anyway, we're going on to the next.
Yes.
Static Selecta. So I always want to say Skelta, like Helter Skelter. I always want to say that. Every time I say his name, I always want to say Static Skelta. Right. Anyway, Static Selecta, 1982.
All right.
And Static Free.
Static Free.
And
100 Proof. Here's the thing.
Wait, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, 100 Proof.
Here's the thing.
Almost forgot.
The thing about it is this. He put out mad quality product. I think Static Selecta is another one of the most slept-on guys. Because here's a guy that came right out of the camp. I mean, he's like, you could hear Premier all through his music. You know, he's like a newer version of DJ Premier to me. Premier, I love his beats. I've always been there with him on his beats. His beats are absolutely banging, man. The 1982, him and Terminology. I mean, that's a great album. We love that album. We'll talk more on that, I'm sure, at a later time when we continue continue to do our Cipher Awards. So we love that album. The 100 Proof album, which is a producer-driven, just a producer, just his beats with different people rhyming over it. That was a great album. Also, the Static Free EP with Freeway. Freeway was able to go and write a lot of his beats too. So we thought that just on the sheer strength of his work that he put in for 2010 and the quality of his beats, he certainly needed to be nominated.
Anyway, so now, without further ado, let's see who's winning. I'm going to try to do that thing again.
Winning. Right.
I'm going to do this from now on. He's like,
winning. Who's winning?
Oh, here we go.
All right.
And the winner.
Okay.
For Producer of the Year.
Producer of the Year.
Indeed. Madlib.
Listen, man. First of all, well, I can't wait. I cannot wait for MF Doom and Madlib to get together and put together Mad Villainy Part 2. I can't wait for it. And so these two albums that came out last year just kind of whet my appetite for that. Because, it takes a quirky MC to really bring out the dopeness and quirkiness of his beats. Not that Strong Arm said he didn't. Not that Guilty Simpson didn't. But I can't wait for MF Doom to get up there and just continue to give us another classic, which is going to be the Mad Villainy 2. We talked about Paper Mill they put out last year, which has been out for about a year now. Still haven't come up with an album yet. Come on, Stones Throw Records, whatever y'all doing over there. Let's get going on that. And y'all getting it. I'm looking forward to that more than Detox.
Well, yeah.
Real talk, to be honest with you. At any rate, Madlib deserves it because Madlib, like I said, just gets back, giving us that raw hip hop, giving us that quirkiness that we've grown to love. We talked about the fact that you can listen to a beat by Madlib and not pick up the beat to about three or four bars. Well, more than that sometimes. It can take a whole verse for you to get where he's going with a beat. He does that. I thought that even though I had a little criticism with the O.J. Simpson album, I still thought it was well put together. I thought that the Strong Arm Steady album, In Search of Sonny Jackson, I thought that was a well put together album also. So he certainly deserves it from us, and I think that he did a great job. Here's to your Cipher, man.
All right.
Salute.
Madlib. And now, Madlib couldn't be here today, so we're going to accept this Cipher on his behalf.
Yep.
Now, don't forget, we're done for today, but we're going to be coming back in a little bit to finish up our Cipher Awards and finish up giving out some more Ciphers. We have the Best Album of the Year, also the Artist of the Year, and some other categories that we're going to have for you guys. So stay with us. Don't forget, if you guys still have some people you want to nominate, it's not too late. We still have a lot of arguing to do. You can hit us up at kidandmuff44@gmail.com. Also hit us up on our Facebook account. We are the Cipher Crew. And don't forget, man, let us know how you're feeling, whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it, whether you liked some of the categories, or you didn't agree who you thought we should win. Just let us know. As long as you love hip hop, well, I mean, just in case if you're some idiot on the internet just wants to be a smart ass, hit us up.
That's okay too.
Again, that's kidandmuff44@gmail.com. And also, Cipher Crew, just one more time, we're on Facebook. And don't forget to check us out. And thanks again for everybody for hitting us up and for checking out the segments. Peace out to Curtis Black. Our prayers go out to everybody in Japan and everybody else who has family out there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Our prayers go out to you guys. And I hope that hope your loved ones are safe. And you know what? Join us next time for the Ciphers. Why? Because the Cipher said so, son. Peace.
Peace. Out. Okay. End the subject.